Hey guys, how's it going on? Shinigami Sam here to do a review on Black Clover 84, chapter 84. Now let's actually get into what actually happened in this chapter. So, this has been like a main theme of Black Clover, a main attribute of Black Clover you could say, and that is the pacing. The pacing in general of this series is, extremely fast, and this is what I want to talk about before we kind of get into what happens, because first of all, the pacing within arcs is fast. Like the arcs are very short, and pacing wise, it's not. I think it's because mainly a lot of the readers, because basically Black Clover is kind of like they're ticking the boxes of what Weekly Shonen Jump likes. They're like ticking all the shonen kind of cliche boxes, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, it's still entertainment, but that's just the thing that Black Clover is really good at. And with the pacing, I'm assuming that a lot of the readers love the short pace, the short arcs, like the quick pacing of the short arcs, like action filled, and then we just go on to the next one, go on to the next one, go on to the next one. And I've been really noticing this throughout the arcs. I'm not saying the arcs are terrible or this pacing makes it bad. It's just a different way of reading, a different way of going into a series. But most of the other series I read, the arcs are long. For example, take a look at arcs like Bleach or like Toriko or like One Piece. Sometimes these arcs can go on for hundreds of chapters, 50s of chapters. So it's kind of very like a stark contrast with Black Clover. But bear in mind, Black Clover was still an early series, so what can you expect? But yeah. So what I'm talking about the pacing I'm talking about the pacing because what we see in this chapter, Asta gets his arms healed, like bam. And again, I'm not irksome about it. I'm not annoyed about it. To be honest, when I first read it, my initial reaction, I was just like, really? But right now, I'm kind of liking it. I'm kind of leaning towards more of like, yes, this is good. Asta's arms are healed, because what Tabata's doing, he's kind of like, he's not dragging it out too long. He's not dragging it out, because some series may have dragged out Asta's arms for like, being broken for like 20 chapters, and then all the fans and the readers, they were being like, come on, let's see Asta get back in the fray. So it's not like that, honestly, because with this chapter, Asta's arms are healed, so probably next chapter we're going to be seeing him fighting the White Knight demonized Fana and Mars from the Diamond Kingdom and this other mage warrior. So yeah, it is pretty good because it does keep you always interested. Like, Asta's arms are back healed, and I do feel like his depression, you could say his depression, but obviously it was very short lasted, but like his sadness and everyone else's reaction towards it, I feel like that was quite impactful, it was quite worthwhile. Like, it didn't have to be dragged out longer, in my opinion. Now, obviously, from another point of view, from the counter end to the counter argument to that claim, you could obviously be like, nah, this is just too short. We're not really going to be invested much in Asta's, injury if it's healed in like less than 6-7 chapters, when we find out that his arms can't be healed. Like, I can understand people coming from that point of view, and yeah, it is valid, it is. But yeah, I really can't. I'm not saying that my claim was saying like, oh yeah, this is better than it should. I'm not saying it's better than that. I'm just giving two points of view. And it's quite worthwhile to look at it from that kind of side. But yeah, I am kind of happy that we will see Asta get in. We will see Asta, fight Fana and all these people next chapter. But I would have possibly liked maybe him. I feel it would have probably been better for maybe 2 chapters more maximum. So we could have seen, at least we could have seen people, because you have to remember, especially like Fana and these mage warriors. First of all, we don't know how strong these mage warriors are. We do know how strong Mars is, but it's obviously most likely that he's gotten unbelievably more stronger in this time. Fana, we do know how strong the White Knight Demonizer are. Like, look at Vet. Vet took out practically like everyone he was fighting. So I'm gonna assume that Fana is even stronger than Vet, because she's got, the salamander, the infant salamander, like the fire spirit. So I'm going to assume that these opponents are much stronger than they've ever faced before. So I would have kind of liked all of them, maybe even the Queen, coming in. Well, maybe not the Queen, but everyone else, like Finessa, Finral, all of these guys coming in at it, and like they'll be struggling. So Asta will be pushed to his limits, obviously knowing that he can't help them. So he could have had some anxiety, and then at the last minute, then the Queen could have possibly gone into the fray and then healed Asta. Maybe something like that. That would have been pretty cool because it would have, you know, increased our suspense for Asta. We would have been like on the edge of our seats because literally these guys are getting destroyed by the Diamond Kingdom and the White Knight demonized, and Asta can't do anything to help. So that would have been a cool take, and I would have kind of been interested in that because, especially for Asta's character who always loves to come in, the fact that he can't do it, I would have kind of, I thought that would have been quite interesting to read. Now, other than we see an attack from Fana, and this is what I kind of want to talk about. Now, Fana's gotten extremely strong, and I'm really curious to, I'm guessing this is just, she's got that increased growth. This is possibly because due to she has one of the 4 great spirits, but I'm also interested in like what else she's got up her belt, because first of all, her character, I know a lot of people do find her creepy now. She may be a little bit crazy, but I wouldn't call her crazy, if you kind of get what I mean. Because we kind of need to understand, all these people from the White Knight demonized, they've had like a bad history. Like from the flashbacks that we're told, from their perspective, they were saying how like their village was just taken out, like they're victims. So you can understand from their point of view that they're just getting revenge, you could say. So I'm really interested into Fana's character. It was pretty awesome, that attack that she released, that was extremely hype. The Queen seems unbelievably strong, so I don't know why the Queen's kind of worried. Maybe these guys are really strong. Their strength are higher than our expectations, I'm not really sure. But I really want to see the Queen go at it, because we do see her use one of her spells to heal Asta. It was called like leukocyte or something like that. I'm not the amazing biologist or whatever, but I do know like it's a cell in your body which it kind of like circulates the blood around or something, so it kind of heals you. So that's pretty cool. Yes, I really want to see the Queen get at it, and I want to see her fight her opponents. But yeah, this chapter was pretty short. Obviously, Vanessa's coming back at it. I said in the previous review that I wanted Vanessa, like her potential to become unleashed. So I really want to see that. So guys, please tell me in the comments below what you thought of this chapter. If you liked anything I'd say, please drop a like. That would be greatly appreciated. So if you haven't subscribed, subscribe now for weekly reviews of Black Clover. And check the descriptions out. Check the description down below. I'll be sure to put in a couple of more thoughts. And you know, follow me on Twitter and all that greatness. And we stand. Peace out, guys, and goodbye.